High-low dressing is not salad dressing for bipolar people. High-low dressing means mixing high-end designer pieces with lower budget or mass market pieces. Think of it as Marc Jacobs meets markdowns from Target. By mixing the two, you can produce stunning style results and get many compliments. Now the only question is, how to get our hands on some designer pieces to make this makeover happen. This video series is called Haute Wheel, and we will explore how to pull off high-low dressing and how to get the lowdown on low prices and get haute style for hot prices so we can begin sprinkling in designer pieces into our wardrobe. Step right up, folks, and spin the wheel. High-low, can you go? High-low, can you go? So again, what exactly is high-low dressing? Let me show you an example. So you see here we have this gorgeous outfit, and right in the center of the screen is a skirt. Absolutely gorgeous, but it is priced at $420. But did you know this skirt is actually paired with a $14 t-shirt from Target, okay? And so this is in essence high-low dressing. You have the two bookends of an outfit. So you have the lower end or mass market piece from Target, and you have the higher end piece that is the $420 skirt from Target. Now, before you feel like slapping me because going, Aisha, how am I going to afford a skirt for $420? Well, I realize not everybody is going to be able to afford that, so please don't try to search me out to slap some sense into me. I understand that. So really what this series is about is how we can get some of these designer pieces like that for a lot lower price so we can begin incorporating these into our wardrobe. Okay, so in this video series, I've already given you a number of resources, and in this last video of the series, I'm going to give you another resource to again help us get some of those designer duds at a discount. So, Haute Wheel, where will you land today? There we go, membership sites. So membership sites is the last resource featured in this video series, and I'm going to show you how to use them to get bargain basement prices on some of these designer things. It's amazing. Be ready to have your mind blown. Okay, so give you an example of something recently I've gotten from a membership site. This gorgeous Yves Saint Laurent scarf. Absolutely gorgeous, so soft. It is 100% cashmere, absolutely gorgeous. And I got it for a fraction, so much of a fraction of the actual cost of this scarf. It's insane. Okay, so the resource I'm going to share with you here is a website called gilt.com. Okay, and so some of you may have used it before, some of you may not realize all the resources available on the site. And of course I want to disclose, I do not get paid from gilt.com. I'm just giving you the opportunity because I love the idea of high-low dressing and then wanted to bring that to you and then show you resources that I actually use, okay, to get some of these pieces. So I don't get paid by any of the names or brands that I mentioned in this series. So you know it's the real deal. I'm not saying it just to get a paycheck, okay? So, but this website, gilt.com, is wonderful. So you just go there. If you've never been there before, you will see a prompt like at the bottom of the screen where it's going to say join Gilt, or you will get a pop-up like this where it's going to ask you to sign in. So to sign up, it's absolutely free. Again, you have to be a member. That's why I'm saying a membership site. So that you can view the pieces that go on sale every day. So in essence, what it is Gilt gets these designer pieces or pieces, most of them are designer pieces, that are extra from all these different labels and designers. So think of it as like if any of you are familiar with like a Ross or a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx, it's similar to that, but it's online. And they're able to score way more high-end stuff than some of those other stores that I listed here. But it's all in an online format, and what they do is they have a sale once a day, and they send out the email midday, and they go, okay, here's all the stuff available, and we'll have it available till it sells out. So it's really to your benefit when you get those emails and look at them right away, because you will go on and your stuff will be sold out in your size. Okay, so when you go to the website the very first time, they are going to ask you for your email. You have to sign up. You have to be a member, okay? But the membership is free. at the moment. At the time of this video, is free. Okay. What'll happen is you'll get an email like this. So you see the email, it lists some designers in it, but it's the email today. And so you can see it'll have pictures of what the items are, and you could scroll through and you just click on any of the collections in the email. It'll bring you to the website, and you can just scroll through all the ones that you want, that you like. So you would look at here and you would go like, oh, okay, I love that dress, I love that skirt. And one of the tactics you can use on here, so you can see they have hearts next to each item. We're familiar with this from other websites. You can favorite them. So you can go through really quick, click on things that you like, add it to your favorites, and then from there you can go through and go buy the pieces that you want. The other thing is when you actually click into an item as well, so you actually go to view an item and you're like, oh man, I can't swing it. I had, an emergency this week with my car, other stuff came up, I'm not going to be able to buy this. And you're like, man, for sure it's going to be sold out. You can see in the example I have here already that like size 0 is sold out, size 10 is sold out, and what they have left when I took this screenshot. But it may be something like, man, okay, I can't do that, but they have a feature where you can add it to a wait list. So even if it gets sold out, you can add something to your wait list. And if they are able to score more inventory of that item, you will be notified and you can go on and buy it at that time. So even if it's something that, again, you don't have the funds to buy right now, you can always just go, okay, I'm going to wait list this, and hopefully they'll get more of them and I'll be able to get them, okay? But you see here on the screen, though, you click into an item, you have a buy now, so you can do it really quick, because like I said, for some of the items that are really hot, especially when it's something that's a very popular designer at like an insane price, right? It's going to go very quickly. So you can do the buy now, or you can do add to cart. So you can go through and add stuff to cart as well. But again, the caveat is like you can't take too much time doing that because they might run out of your pieces. One of the other things about Gilt.com that I really like is, like I said, it's a membership site, and so you do get benefits for if you shop more. And this is somewhat familiar. Many places have these sort of things, but you can earn points. And so different points get you things as like free shipping. Sometimes you get early access, so they send out the email earlier to people that have many points or on that early access list. You get the email before everybody else and you get to shop before everybody else, which is very cool. Or you can earn $5 off, $10 off, all those sorts of things. So they encourage you, when you click into up in the upper right hand corner, you click in the account and you can see what points you have and how many points you would need to score some of the items. So they do give you, the more you shop, the more points and more benefits and things that you have access to. They did a very good job of making this as addicting as possible. I mean, they had to probably go to video game designers and go, how can we get people even more addicted to sales and shopping? And they've done a wonderful job with it. Okay, so play around with Gilt.com. Again, some of the features on there, adding items to favorites, adding stuff to wait lists, just so you know what those features are, okay? And so you get comfortable with it. And then for some people, they have to like see the emails come in and look through stuff. It takes them a while, and then they start getting more comfortable with it and they're able to shop regularly on there. But it takes them a while to like see the emails, get used to browsing through stuff before they actually feel comfortable purchasing things. So go ahead, sign up, start getting the email, start looking at what kind of items are available and see if it's stuff you would be interested in. So let's create a high-low outfit. Remember, the essence of a high-low outfit is you have those two bookends of the outfit. You have the low-end piece and you have the high-end piece. So on Gilt.com, when I was searching for dresses, yes I did, I found this gorgeous Bagli Mishka cocktail dress. You can see it has the sheer detail up by the shoulders and up by the collarbone. Absolutely gorgeous, stunning, okay? And again, it was a fraction of the actual cost of what this dress would be, okay? So got that dress, that'll be the high-end piece, okay? And then what can we do for lower end piece? So you think, oh, I have this gorgeous dress, it costs a lot, I'm gonna have to spend just as much to get really great shoes. Not necessarily. You're creating a high-low outfit. So here we go, we got these great silver high heels, Aldo shoes, $59. Okay, so we have the two bookends now. We have the high-end piece and we have the low-end piece. And then pow pow, you add 2 other little items to really create the look, and you're ready to go off to some event with this gorgeous dress, okay, that you'll be able to wear forever. This really is just gorgeous and beautifully simple. You'll be able to wear it forever. And again, you didn't have to spend a fortune in getting all the other items. Well, it all has to be the same designer. Everything has to be super expensive that I use to accessorize and dress up the outfit. Not true, okay? You can use this high-low philosophy. So to get you guys comfortable with using the resources throughout this video series, we've created a scavenger hunt. If you've been following along, we've done the first 4 items on the list of a scavenger hunt, and now it's that last item, and you can see it says add 5 items to your gilt.com waitlist. Okay, so to get you comfortable with that. So to do that, you had to go sign up for an account on gilt.com. Remember, it's completely free. And all the stuff that I'm saying here, you can try it out. And if you're like, Gilt is not for me, you don't have to be a member anymore. You can tell them, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. That's perfectly fine, okay? You're not out any money by going on there to do it. So to get you more comfortable though, go on the gilt.com, sign up, and let's add some items to the wait list. Again, this isn't stuff you're buying. This is stuff you would be interested in later. Say you don't have the budget to buy the items now, but just to get you comfortable using the website, using the features on there, let's go through and do that. So here it is, the last item. Add 5 items to your wait list. Remember, I showed you how to do that. There's the link at the bottom of the item to add to the wait list. So I went on and did, and I had a few things that I've added to my wait list. Okay, so there's a pair of Marc Jacobs earrings. There was a Marc Jacobs ring. Okay, there was a Renvy sweatshirt, gorgeous, and a Nicole Miller dress, and a Kendall and Kylie skirt. Okay, so everything on there is not necessarily always designer. I've shown you examples of stuff I found in various resources. I found high-end designer stuff, and I found regular stuff, right? So I put on pieces that I liked on the wait list. Okay, so just go through, do that exercise, get you comfortable with using that website and some of the features on it, and see what an email looks like when it says, hey, we have your item available. And so you get used to getting these emails from Gilt and see how to use them and get comfortable with it. And eventually you'll start scoring some really good deals. Okay, so hopefully you feel comfortable right now with using these resources. You've downloaded the scavenger hunt. You can use the link right below the video to download it. Maybe it took you to episode 5 of this video series before you go, okay, fine, Aisha, I'll go do the scavenger hunt. Just click on the link below the video, download it, and go through and do the items and get yourself more comfortable. And like I said, if you've been following along this entire time, you have probably already added some pieces to your wardrobe. So please just download the scavenger hunt and go through it with us. So thank you so much for watching this video series. This has been Haute Wheel, and we'll see, where will your next shopping adventure take you? Thank you for watching.